This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I really appreciate you joining me today, and I hope everybody's had a good weekend. On the 27th of September, on Friday evening, 3 women were shot in Wolverhampton. This was a drive-by shooting, and it's believed from the type of injuries they sustained that it possibly was a shotgun. An investigation was launched after the 3 women were injured at 11 PM. Police received reports of shots fired on Frederick Street, and the 3 women were taken to hospital. 2 of the women have since been discharged, and a third one is still in hospital but in a stable condition. I was contacted by a relative who said that one of the girls was only 18 years old. The police are currently searching CCTV and making other inquiries to identify anybody involved, but nobody has been arrested yet. The police are working, they said in the statement, to establish why this has happened and who is responsible, and this violence is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. There is an increased police presence in the local area and a lot of patrol stop and searches and them trying to show people that they will not put up with this sort of behaviour. But at the same time, with no arrest being made, it's not a massive deterrent to anybody that is involved in this. So I want to send my thoughts to the families and also these women that are involved, and hopefully they make a full recovery as soon as possible, and we'll definitely keep you updated on anything to do with that story. Staying in the Wolverhampton area for an update on a murder from last year. 2 boys, one of them believed to be the youngest to be convicted of murder in the UK, have been sentenced for the tragic murder of Scarcity, which was in a park in Wolverhampton last autumn. The boys, now both aged 13, were convicted of killing the 19-year-old on the 13th of November last year when they was just aged 12. Neither boy can be named for legal reasons due to their age, but they were both sentenced to a minimum of 8 years and 6 months in a young offenders institution. On the night that he was killed, Sean and 2 friends travelled into Wolverhampton on the tram, and one of his friends was planning to meet his girlfriend. Sean, who was living in Birmingham, had only been in the UK for about 6 months, and he came over for eye surgery and was living with family. While him and his friend waited on a bench in Stow Lawn playing fields, some youngsters who were on a nearby basketball court came over to them, and an exchange resulted in Sean being stabbed. The police were the first on the scene, and they tried to administer CPR before the paramedics took over, but despite their best efforts, Sean was declared dead at 10 minutes past 9 on the same evening. Both boys denied murder and refused to answer any questions during the police interviews, but on the 10th of June in Nottingham Crown Court, they were both convicted of Sean's murder, and one was convicted of possessing a bladed article. And this story was a prime example of how young the killers are getting every single year and every single time, and how young will it be next year? Would it be a 10-year-old? Would it be a 9-year-old? Or would it be even younger? And at this time, the government's plan is to try to reduce knife crime by only 50% in the next decade. Even the government doesn't know how they can end it. There's no direct plan on how to resolve this ongoing tragedy that occurs every single day across the city and also the country. In this next story coming from Birmingham, where rapper KM has been jailed for 5 years for possession of a firearm. The police have said in a statement that the gunman was jailed for 5 years after they found a loaded weapon inside a man bag in his bed in the home that they raided. Police raided Saeed Kashaf's house as part of an investigation into gang violence in Birmingham. He was taken into custody, and a search of the bag revealed a firearm with a magazine containing 6 rounds of ammunition. Inside a hat in a wardrobe was 6 rounds of ammunition. And Saeed, 22 years old from Birmingham, admitted possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition. And at Birmingham Crown Court on Friday the 20th, he was jailed for 5 years for possession of the firearm and 16 months to serve concurrently for possession of the ammunition. Detective Inspector John Green from the Major Crime Unit said Saeed's arrest came as part of a wider investigation into gang violence that causes devastation and misery in communities across the country. As a result of this, we've removed a deadly weapon off the streets and an individual's direct access to it, and he now will spend time behind bars. So really appreciate you joining me for these updates. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios. Peace.